Today's Saturday, it's the 29th of June 2024, and we're at a place called Raixa, which is a big stately home and gardens, and going to explore that. And here's a map just to give you an idea of where we are. This is where Raixa is. There's Palma, and then this is Calvia area, so this is Palma over Magaluf and round to Santa Ponsa and so on. And well, this is basically what we're going to be looking at. It's sort of an aerial view. There is some explanation down here. It gives you the origins of Raixa. Dates back to the Islamic farmstead. And there is a car park here. They built a new roundabout to take you off the road. So to get here, you go on the Soyer road, and they built this new roundabout. And that all looks very good. You get about 10 metres off the roundabout, and you end up on a dirt track, and that brings you to the car park. And this is the way we make our way into the house and the gardens. So there's the house. Quite a splendid property. Used in lots of films, but in particular the one that strikes me and features quite a lot is Evil Under the Sun, with Poirot doing his investigations, and many of the scenes are actually filmed in Mallorca, and some of them here at Raixa. And see if we can actually trace some of the spots where the films were actually included. So it's a film with Peter Ustinov, James Mason, Roddy McDowell. It's got lots of famous people in it. And we've got a lovely, beautiful, hot summer's day, and the sky's now turned blue, having been various shades of yellow and orange over the past few weeks due to the dust that we've had. So it looks as though that's actually cleared, and maybe I can now think about having the car cleaned. There's the house. We'll get to that in a moment. But we've got this elevated area to walk over first. We did come here shortly after lockdown. Had to make an appointment to come. But, when we got here, nobody actually asked us about the appointment, so it wasn't really necessary. Today we're just turning up, so hoping everything's okay. And it's all free. This is it's owned by the government, and it's run like a museum, and so there's no entrance charge. Just down the road from Alfabia, the gardens of Alfabia, where we were just a few weeks ago. Surprised how few cars there were in the car park. I was expecting it to be a little bit full. But, there's a grand gate there.
And it's very hot.
I think that in the distance is the Juan March clinic. All over there. It is very warm. Anita's got a parasol. She looks very Agatha Christie. She should be quite fitting. And the gardens are nicely kept. Some of the walkway below the feet needs a bit of attention, but it's just here. I seem to remember seeing a pond with frogs when we were last here. There were lots and lots of frogs in it. Now I'm just seeing a dragonfly. Oh, I think I can see a frog. Well, the dragonfly keeps buzzing around, but it's way too fast for me to capture. There's actually some fish in here as well. And Anita's lovely agapanthus. So that's the entrance there, but before we do that, I'll just have a look around here. It's a nice little seating area. I'm not sure who this is. Make our way now towards the house. And there's an arrow telling us which way to go. So that's the courtyard, and we go through this way. Oh, we've just come in, and first place we spot's the toilet. That's quite handy, isn't it? So we get a video presentation first showing us the Tramontana. So we've just had an explanation all in English about the Tramontana, which has been really interesting. And then we come through to the next of the rooms, and it's all been turned into exhibition areas. And we've got these things.
How windy! It always blows with such strength, this wind. It comes from the mountains, those in the north, and it's called the Tramontana, in Latin, Transmontanus. It gives its name to an important part of Mallorca, the Serra de Tramontana. A wind that can be icy, cutting. For the people of the Serra, it is a tough adversary at sea and on land, and catastrophic for many harvests. The mountain range features highly diverse elements. Peaks of hard, rough rock, ravines, cliffs, creeks, streams, coves, valleys, etc. It is a massif that protects most of the
So
island,
all of this is a great
and which,
improvement
like
on
the
real
island,
maps.
has a long history. Over the centuries, Mallorca has become a port on the routes of many seafaring peoples. Here, very different cultures have left testimony of their passing through. Little by little, the moody Serra de Tramontana has welcomed and given refuge to people of diverse origins.
Here we get to see some of the views.
Dry stone building technique and judicious use of water by the people.
And now we can see some parts of the garden. I'm pretty sure this features in the film I was talking about, Evil Under the Sun. This terrace, but looking from below. Oh, got a real toilet here.
Mine's in Spanish now, and that's all.
there is a lift, but we'll carry on up the stairs, which is a nice winding staircase. Nearly there. Get to the top, we get the view into the courtyard.
They had a children's show, didn't they, down here? Remember?
Seems to ring a bell. And here we go, learn a bit about the geology. Let's talk in Spanish. Do have another terrace here. Gives us a more elevated view of the garden. And a magnificent view. Oh, and here we can learn about the rocks. Find here. From Calvio area. These are more from Pagera, the one there with lots of little pebbles and there's a conglomerate. And claytonic rocks here. And these round ones, when they're digging boreholes, they produce those. This is Carboniferous, this is a bit of tree, I think. And then the geological time scale there, showing the different eras. And some of the birds you might find, and other animals on the island. There we go, there's an example. Weasels. Oh, the displays are just so much better than I remember them from before. I think really impressive what they've done here to help educate, and I don't ever remember bringing a school trip here. That's something that we should do. So, very well done. This is the winding staircase that we came up, and we'll just go room to room number 5 now. And we're talking about the dry stone wall, and this is it, this is what they do.
The topography of the Serra de Tramontana have shaped the way people have made it their own, and how, now as before, use it to their own advantage. The northern face, a stony limestone peak with abrupt cliffs, makes access by sea difficult.
Oh, look in this mirror.
And in its southern part, the valleys soon become peaks that are equally tricky to negotiate. With steep mountains and small valleys, land suitable for cultivation was scarce. That essential.
Move on through to the next room. We've actually got a fireplace here.
Nice, there's places to sit down everywhere.
And lots of breeze coming through the doors that are open. And the wonderful views that we look out upon. Down into the distance of Palma, and we can actually see the incineration plant. I'm not sure it comes out on the video. I hope it doesn't actually.
Bit of an eyesore, isn't it?
In 1826, Raixa Museum was inaugurated, thanks to the will and work of his nephew, Ramon Despuig. The collection over time was broken. Luckily, part of it was purchased in 1923 by Palma City Council, and in 1932 it was transferred to the History Museum in Belver Castle, where
just before we leave here, there was a video showing on the wall there, but the screen here has actually got things behind it which get lit up. It's a really impressive show. Don't think it'd come out very well on the video, but really I was very impressed. Have a look through the window. That's the way we came in, down there. Now we see some of it a little bit more like a stately home.
So one of these pictures is of the latter. Of course, he belonged to the order of the something knights, something not temple.
This is referred to as the lobby room, and just a few little antiques. And then again looking down on towards the courtyard. Now coming through to the dining room. And before we get there, there's all the crockery, glasses. Fireplace.
I'm looking down and seeing this one.
The kitchen still has a large stone sink, masonry shelves for storing plates and pots, brass taps, a smoke chimney above the range, and varnished.
And here we can see James Mason ascending the staircase. So we're told to go this way. And now we'll start to go into some of the gardens, but as you can see it's very hilly. So we'll be going up, and then obviously we're going to come down again. But there's lots of places you can sit on the way. And there's plenty of shade. It was very well designed in that respect. And always wonderful views to see. When we spoke to the man at the entrance, he said that there are some buildings higher up and that they're a little bit derelict, and he said they're not going to be repaired, sadly. And that there's water in the mountains, and the water gets channeled. You can see the channeling down here. Take them to different parts of the gardens.
This is a stone here in memory of all the victims of violence.
So here's the stone. It's actually from 2023, so it's very, very recent. Less than a year old, in fact, in memory of all those victims of violence. And we're going to head up the steps. Everywhere you go there are numbers, and you just type the numbers into your little handset and you get a little bit of an explanation of what's going on. And it's nicely signed to tell you where to go. But it is a fairly rough sort of path. And just take your time, take it easy, enjoy the views as you go up.
Could have put my trainers on.
Some of the steps are actually quite big. I'll catch up with you on the top. Those are the steps we've just come on up. It's the view. We're not quite at the top yet. I think that's a water feature without any water at the moment. We're lucky it's very breezy, so perhaps it doesn't feel as hot as it really is. There's the house down below that we've just come out of. And by walking around, we've avoided coming up the stairs, which They're obviously wanting to protect. But that's the staircase I was videoing from the bottom. It's not actually quite the top of the staircase because there is still that little way you can go right up there. You just see one small pond, and here's another one. Water obviously really is important, so collecting it, storing it, and finding ways of getting it to where you want it to go through these channels is really important. Places where you can sit down. If you thought that was a big pond, look at this one. This, I believe, is the biggest in Mallorca. Pardon?
The noise of the cricket.
Yeah. Insects are very noisy today.
Go swimming in this?
I'm sure they used to go swimming in this, yeah. I don't think that's its intended purpose. I think it's a water storage, and I think fish as well. There's some fish in there too. And you can probably just imagine me down there sitting with Roddy McDowell and Peter Ustinov, supping a beer.
Asking if they watch it.
I'm going to make my way down the steps. Running down. I'm not sure if I've got the shot exactly right, but this is pretty much where Roddy McDowell was sitting when he was talking to Peter Ustinov in Evil Under the Sun. Quite good, isn't it? I like that. And here is what I can see in there, some really big fish. When I say big, they are really quite big, and the wind's going to blow my hat off. Oh, there's one of the fish. Can you see it? Yeah, big things down there. There's actually two. And you've got these little areas where we can just walk through the gate, just by the side of the water. There are some smaller fish in there as well. This is quite nice because it's nicely shaded. Some sort of storeroom, I think. I just walked up a little path that's brought me up here, and these are still sitting there. So more steps now, and these take us to the viewing point. I'll turn the camera off and catch up with you a little bit further up. Anita's decided she's done the first few steps, but she's not quite prepared to do the rest.
Nothing flip-flop.
It's all up. She put the wrong shoes on today for our little walk. It is rather rickety and it is a bit stony. And I'm not going to video my way up there, so I'll catch you at the top, or at least at some part up near the top. I said I'd stop halfway up because I have a cave here. I always like caves. Be a bit dark in here. That's a genuine stalactite. That's quite amazing. That down there definitely isn't genuine. Well, it's onward and upward, as they say. I'll show you how far I have come. There we go. And that's pretty much just how far I can go now, just up to that building up there, which is the viewing point. Pretty good view from here though. I'm pleased to say I'm not terribly out of breath, and that must be down to losing all of the weight that I have lost, so that's really good. I'll just make my way up to the top now. Well, I've reached the top now, but the path does go on and on and on and up. And there's two more things up there, but unfortunately we're not allowed to go there, and according to the guy on the desk said they're not going to be repaired, and so probably never be able to go up there. You never know, one day. Now we get a little bit of a view just over the other side now. That's looking towards Alfabia, and Soyer is just over the hill. This is what I've actually come up here to see. Got lots of coloured windows in, the lights will be shining through them. Make an interesting video, I think. So let's go in and have a look. It is very windy up here. Very, very windy. It's a nice little bench to sit on there. And a little viewing hole through here, look. And the one on this side, you see the trees here, there in the mountains. Well, I'm going to make my way back down to Anita, and I'll catch up with you when I get to the bottom. Anita's here waiting for me at the bottom, so we're just going to make our way back to the house and then into the courtyard. We've made it all the way down to the bottom, and we're back down on house level now, effectively to the bottom of those steps.
Exit to the gift shop.
before we go there, you can see some of the old machinery down there. This is the water mill. I think this is the bathhouse. And we've got like his and hers baths. I wonder. Looks like we might have come the wrong way because it says the visit comes this way. Oh well, we'll make our way down. Can't go that way because of the work, so we've got to come down this way into the bowls. It's very dark down here. And here we've seen some of the large machinery that we saw at the Jardin del Fabia. This is where they do the milling. Oh, nice cool breeze. This is for the olive oil. And then down. The staircase to go up. We're now down into the courtyard.
Like Sago Farms.
That takes you down into the gardens. Or are we going out now? My back's aching. It's the well. And all of the slopes, the water will be down into that tank. The not so private confession.
Yeah.
You're going to confess all your sins, dear? I wonder what she's got to say. Yes, dear, you can confess now.
Thomas lived in this bit. You see that Thomas lived in this bit, this saint. Did a penance here.
Well, that completes our little tour of the Raixa estate, and I've really enjoyed it, found it really interesting and so much better than the last time we were here. Thanks very much for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
And
Bye.
don't wear flip-flops. Wear your
No, wear
trainers
some
if
good
you can.
shoes. It's a bit rocky up there.
Bye.
Bye.